So we are now moving into the mecha combat rules from Lancer, at least as much of them as I can manage to keep inside my head at once with my many concussions I've had over the years. And we are going to see how this one shakes out.
That Canadian Football League career really was ill-advised.
I know, but I couldn't help it. Yeah, the dog agrees.
Dog.
Is somebody...
I had to shut my cat out from this one because I knew the fans would not appreciate the sound of my cat screaming at me for not paying attention to him for 3 hours straight.
Oh, they might appreciate it. Who knows?
I mean, I can let him in.
That's enough. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is remind myself how combat works. Well, you decide what your characters want to do. I'll say that we're, in terms of who's going first between you and the ALMs, I'll say that they have just finished up destroying those turrets, and you have just gotten into your mechs. So, unless there's a rule, which I don't think there is.
Why are there 5 mechs still? Didn't one explode?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Someone's knocking on my door.
Borf, borf.
I assume the dog's going crazy because Y Caliber has been swatted.
Oh, one can only hope. For charity.
God, that would be... See, there's the idea for sociopaths listening, is next year just see how many extra life gamers you can swat in one day.
A couple of years ago, it all got DDoS right at the start, actually.
Sorry about that. There's actually someone just walking past my door, and the dog freaked out, because how dare they?
Oh, the dog has a point.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Now, page 59 is mech combat, for anyone who wants to join me in the book there.
Pass.
So, do death. Yeah, okay. Critical damage. Yeah, when you get to 0, you don't immediately die. So that's handy. You go into a critical state, and there's a critical damage chart further down in the book. Just going to put a bookmark in here, because the bookmarks have all disappeared.
For movements, can you go diagonally, or just...
Diagonal counts as 2 squares.
Okay. Oh, darn.
Alright, so for a turn in mech combat, obviously turns are broken down into rounds. You know, all of you have done tabletop before, so you know how the basics of that work. And on the turn, you can perform 1 movement, 1 interaction, and 1 action. And you can do free actions like chatting with each other. As long as you keep your suits close enough to each other, your radios are strong enough to go through the maxillin particle interference. Also, you have laser communications where your suits aim lasers at each other to communicate that way. That's one of the ways people keep in touch in this system, or in this world. Alright, so you can move up to your full movement speed, which is the speed stat of your mech. You can interact with an object, one of your own systems, physically with another player or an NPC or the environment. You can take an action in addition to that, such as an offensive or defensive action, like an attack or trying to hack into someone's system, or anything that says action, then that's an action. You can choose to overcharge at the end of your turn. You take heat damage, and then you can take an additional action based on how much damage you take. You cannot overcharge to boost, though. They've errated that.
Dang it.
Yeah, apparently that was causing a lot of issues. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, you can no longer overcharge to boost. And a round is about 6 seconds of time. I don't think any of you fly or hover right now, so...
I can hover.
Oh, okay, good. So if you hover, that means you can ignore a lot of difficult terrain.
Like if I'd blown up the middle of the roof.
Yeah, that could have been an issue. So when you attack, I believe you can attack with multiple weapons at once, but you take penalties depending on the type of weapon and how many weapons you have. So for example, you make the roll against the target, depending on whether it's melee or range, for a ranged attack. If it's within the range of your weapon and they're not in total cover, you can add 1d20 plus your aim, and then that is versus the target's evasion stat. Ranged combat, when you're right next to somebody, is harder. If they're in cover, they get difficulty added to your attacks on them, and so on. Melee attack, if the target is in your reach, then you roll 1d20 plus your melee attack versus the target's evasion, and your base melee is your hull modifier. And melee attacks ignore cover except for total cover. So let's just get into it. And if they're... Oh, sorry. The last thing I want to go over. After your main attack revolves with your main weapon, you can then attack with any of your other systems as secondary attacks. So, for example, if you have a built-in weapon and then you're holding 2 weapons, you can make 3 attacks in that turn. If you have an auxiliary weapon, the weapon's tagged as auxiliary, you don't take a penalty for attacking with it. If you attack with a main weapon after you've already attacked with a main weapon, you get +1 difficulty. And if your weapon is heavy or super heavy, it's +2 difficulty. And I don't know if that's clear or not, but let's give it a shot. So I'm just going to flip a coin here. I'll roll a d2, as it were. And on a 1, you go first, and on a 2, they go first.
This is very two-face of you.
Okay, your team goes first. Team Hero.
I think Hero might be stretching it a bit.
You are the heroes.
Protagonist.
Yeah, you're the heroes of your own story, right? So what do you want to do? We'll say each square is like, I think each square is supposed to be 5 meters. Or 5 range bands. 5 range increments.
Start off by ordering the other 2 to cover me, because what I'm going to do with my mines, so many mines I can stick on stuff, and I want to put them on the golf balls so that if these guys try to fly in and defend the golf balls, they will blow them up.
Ooh.
Okay, you've got enough movement, so just move the Garfield over to that one there. And your interact action is just putting mines on it?
And then telling the other guys, try not to fly near this one.
Okay. So you are setting about mining that. What do the rest of you want to do?
All right. I'm going to... So my movement's 8, so I can do 8 squares?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't move around my mech, though. The mech icon. Anyway, I'm going to move up a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I move up 6 and left 2?
Yep.
All right, it's just not letting me move mine.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a moment. I put the wrong person controlling your mech. There you go. You should be able.
It's fine. I trust whoever it is.
You should be able to move it now.
Have a good night, Katie. Thanks for sticking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then with my action, I'm going to boost. 1, 2, 3. And can I like hide behind this?
Yeah, you are behind it. You can also like puncture it or stab it or blow it up.
No, I'm going to try to get them to do that for me.
Okay.
And when I boost, I have this lovely thing, this 2-for-1, where let me just track down the exact wording here. Okay, so Lancer, when you take the boost action, you attack after your boost finishes against a target within reach with +1 accuracy. Okay. And then Skirmisher, when you take the boost action before or after, you can attack. Oh, only with an auxiliary weapon, though. It's a free action. Okay, so that wouldn't be either of my weapons then.
Not unless you have an auxiliary, no.
Okay. Well, that's my fault for not reading carefully. All right, then I'm just going to hide behind here for now.
Okay. You are now hidden behind the big golf ball full of particles.
Okay.
Kane. John?
He moved. Also, might be muted.
Did you mute yourself, John? You're muted in Discord. The little microphone icon.
That's funny. I double muted myself. So I was like, I fixed it. And you were like, no, you haven't. So my guy's going to move down here, which hopefully is providing him cover because he doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with these things because they're terrifying.
Yeah. The way that you are, if you're putting the switch over there on the left side of it, then they can see you. If you put it over on the right side of it, then you will currently have, at least from their angle, partial light cover.
Light cover. So here.
Yeah, we'll say you're just behind it so they can barely see you.
Yeah, but I'm poking out because I wanna use my sensors to try and lock on to one of the scouts.
Okay. Are they within your sensor range?
Sensor range is 16, so.
All right.
Is it a radius or a cube?
We'll just say it's 16 squares. Whatever. You can see them. It's fine. Which one do you want to lock onto? One of the scouts? You would have more difficulty locking onto the commander because it's behind the scouts.
Yeah, I think we'll do one of the scouts, the one that's on the bottom, just because that's easy.
Okay, you are locked on. I will put a little icon that shows that. Here is a heart inside of a chain circle.
I think we have to contest something.
What's that?
I have to roll my systems against their electronic defense score.
Okay. Their electronic defense score is 11.
All right. Cool. All right. So that's 13 plus 1, so that'll do it.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm locked on.
In order to lock on, you make a systems modifier versus E-defense attack against the target in your sensor range. Roll d20 and add your systems modifier versus the target's E-defense, blah, blah, blah. The targets are not in cover, so no difficulty. And there you go. You are now locked onto that target.
Cool. And can I use my interact action to interact with my drones and send them out there to start shooting that guy?
Yeah, you can activate your drone crash, or what was it called? Drone Nexus.
Nice.
And you've got two of those.
Activate both of those and send them out to swarm this jerk.
Okay, so you've got drones out there flying. What do your drones look like?
What do they look like?
Beast from the Wicker Man.
I imagine them as like little like quadcopters with laser beams on the front. They zip around.
So two of those, two drones zip out and they head over to start harassing that scout down there.
Yeah. So they do 1d3 damage each.
At the end of the round, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so they're on their way, and you are in partial cover. The Garfield, is the Garfield behind or next to the golf ball thing here?
It is behind.
Okay.
I basically just walked over as lazily as possible from the part of the roof I was on.
All right. So we will say that you have, from this angle, you have total cover. They can't see you unless they move. And the geode from the current angle, you also have total cover at the moment.
Okay.
So it's their turn now. The scout team, they act as one, but there are still 3 of them left alive, so they get 3 attacks. Or 3 actions, rather. They've seen you moving, and they know what you're doing, so they're not thrilled about it. So this scout, let's see, what's their movement again? 6. All right, the North Scout can now see you. You have partial cover against it. And it is going to make an attack against you with its PBR light rifle. So what's your evasion score? Geode, what is the Geode's evasion score?
Just give me 1 sec, tracking it down.
Is it higher than 18?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Evasion is 15.
Okay. You are hit. And you take 4 damage. Do you have...
False, I take 3 damage.
I was just about to ask, do you have armor?
Yep.
All right, and you also take... Whoops, I put in the wrong syntax there. Ignore whatever's about to come up.
I accept.
You take 2 heat as the Alm Scout raises its fearsome PBR light and uncorks it at you, and a beam of orange particles streaks through the sky, slamming into your shoulder, and the heat from those particles in this first attack causes damage to your systems. You take 2 heat damage.
Okay. How do I mark those on the flam? Oh wait, I got it.
That's the red one is heat.
Yep.
Okay, good. And the green one's hit points. Good. All right, the middle scout. Let's see. 2, 3, 6. Okay, the middle scout now has a partial view of the Garfield and makes an attack on it.
Hey, didn't my cover get me any evasion bonuses?
You are right. 1 moment. We'll see if this will take it down below your evasion. Would 15 still hit your evasion?
My evasion is 15.
Okay, so it would still hit you.
Okay.
All right. So the Alm Scout... 20 minus 1d6 because you're in cover. And it fires, and oof. It rolled a 1, and then it had a difficulty die. The difficulty die was 3, so it subtracts 3 from that, giving it -2. Its gun explodes.
Repairs my unit.
So this scout, it goes to fire its PBR light, but it did not properly insert its P cap, so that reaction causes the PBR light to explode. Doesn't damage the mech, but it does lose its main rifle.
Later, I take credit for this as a tactical victory.
Nice. Solid leadership yet again.
And the third Alm Scout goes to back up that one, because that one now has no weapon. And the Alm Command has the same speed. And let's see. Micro missiles. Range 15, loading blast 2. Comes down here and is scanning. That's all it's doing at the moment. Oh, sorry. It's in Overwatch, essentially. So it's got its gun ready, it's got its missiles ready. It is watching you to see what you do. And that's the end of the round, so I believe you roll... Kane rolls 2d3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we do. And what type of damage do your drones do? You get to choose because of your stuff.
Let's see. So their options are... I think they're going to do energy damage.
Okay. So there's little beams blasting at them, little lasers. And it is harassing that scout, and it takes 2 damage.
Barely harassing.
I mean, that's 2 free damage. Okay, we come back to the top of the round. It's your guys' turn again.
Quick question about auxiliary weapons. So those are like smoke grenades and that sort of thing then?
Smoke grenades are a system, I'm fairly sure.
Okay. What are auxiliary weapons? I could just search the Lancer document and I couldn't find any.
Auxiliary weapons are things like pistols, knives. They're smaller handheld weapons, usually.
Okay.
So most of the auxiliary weapons do stuff like 1d3 damage.
Okay, cool.
If you want to, like, if you have an EP, they only cost 1 EP. We can just say that you have one.
I might ask to do that just because I built around a certain thing.
Okay, if you want a knife, I know the knife just costs 1 EP and does 1d3 damage.
All right, maybe I'll drop one thing to free up an EP because I have some systems I don't care that much about.
Okay, just let me know if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
And do you want to let the others go first while you think about that?
Yeah, go for it, and I'll catch up.
Okay. So you can clearly see these scouts. These ones over here, they have partial cover against Kane. Just this one, the one that's got the heart on it, has partial cover against Garfield. And the last one up here doesn't have cover against anyone. And the Alm Command has partial cover against everyone right now behind that building. So what do you want to do?
Is it my turn or what?
Either one of you can go.
I'm going to try to the geode is fulfilling 2 goals. 1, I want to also try to mine that golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, I want to leave Kane alone and undefended.
All right. So you're going to move?
I don't know if
Yeah. So you would move. You get a move action.
I'm just here and hopefully not getting blasted in the face as I head over.
Okay. You do get shot at by the Alm Command that was on Overwatch because it can still see you, but you have cover, so it will take a difficulty die. And we'll see if that hits your evasion. Does 13 hit your evasion?
It's evasion on the sheet. Is that...
It is...
Agility
it's
plus
agility.
the evasion modifier?
It's just the agility total.
That hits me. My agility's 10, so yeah, that hits me.
Okay. So it will do some damage to you. Three damage you take to the Garfield as it scores a glancing hit on you with its larger, more imposing looking beam rifle.
Jealous of that guy.
The whole
Satrapy.
The green circle's hit points, yeah. The whole Satrapy is jealous of these guns.
Were you flexing when you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, can I drop stable structure and then just say I have a pistol?
Yep.
Okay. My action, I got shot. Does that stop me from doing an interaction afterwards?
No.
Okay, so I'm also going to mine the hell out of this golf ball, too.
Okay. And that still leaves you with an action if you want to attack. Those two in the middle have no cover against you. You cannot see the north one, and the command has partial cover.
Since I can do that, and I am going to make them aware of my gun that you named.
Sorry, you cut out there?
The First Amendment, my pistol that you named. I am going to fire at the one with the heart.
Okay, so roll your d20 plus your aim stat.
Where's aim?
That's a very good question.
Okay, 0. Yeah, no, it's up in the top bar.
Ah, yeah.
0, so just 1d20. All right, fuck you, robot.
Nice.
All right, you hit. So roll your damage, 1d3. And which one of them are you shooting at, just for flavor's sake?
Icon on it.
Sorry?
Little heart icon.
Oh, okay. The one being attacked by drones.
But what am I doing? 1d6 minus 3 to...
Just roll, just
D3?
/roll 1d3. The system will do it. In real life, we'd handle it by 1, 2 being 1, 3, 4 being 2, and 5, 6 being 3.
Using the dice roller buttons like a tiny baby.
Okay, so it takes 3 damage. And explodes.
For the heart icon on it.
And you can attack with your other pistol, because it's an auxiliary weapon, at no penalty.
Okay, then I shoot the other one as well.
Okay, make your roll.
I try to John Woo it without setting off the proximity mines.
Okay, you hit. What's the name of your other pistol?
Going to be... They're 3.
Dang.
All right, good shooting.
This is the only reason it's worth keeping this guy around is, but when it comes time to shoot guns at things, he's okay at it.
All right, so you fire on those 2 scouts with the First and Second Amendment, and they are both destroyed by your might.
I love that the First Amendment's also a gun.
That's the joke.jpg.
Both of them, I basically radio or whatever Kane and be like, yeah, time to pull your weight now.
Okay.
All right. So Kane is going to go here. Would that take the ALM commander out of light cover, still give him cover?
There's still the turrets between you and him. So they would still, you still have cover to each other, light cover.
All right. Well, I'll try it from cover then. I'm going to try and invade his systems, which sounds dirty, but it's not.
All right, so his E defense for the command.
E defense.
His is 12.
Now can we still use our fields and traits to try and give ourselves advantages in combat?
Yes, you can.
All right. I'd like to use my awesome electronics, AI skills, and my intelligence to make this the best possible hack that I've ever made.
Okay. There is no AI in that mech, so the AI field isn't useful there, but electronics for sure. And you can use your intelligent trait if you want, and that would give you plus 2d6 advantage.
So that's so with them being in light cover, that's 1d6, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, so you make it. They are now, I believe, exposed is the term.
Yeah.
For electronic warfare. All right, excellent. So that's your round basically, unless you're going to interact with something.
Yeah, I think I'll I think that's it.
All right. Geode, piloted
All
by
right.
Richard.
Yep. I'm ready to roll. Okay, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to boost. And what I've got lets me fire an auxiliary weapon. So that'll be a pistol.
Yep.
And then I can melee when I get there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, boom. So we pistol on the way.
That thing is not actually an enemy. Sorry, that's just my hit point counter.
Oh, okay.
For the grunts.
Okay, well, then I'm going for
that's
this
the
guy.
enemy there.
I'll give him the double team then.
Sorry about the confusion there. It's got a hit point pool for the scouts because they're grunts.
Right, okay. Well, I'm charging them and melee on the way. Sorry, melee when I arrive, and then the
pistol on the way.
Sights while I go on the way.
All right, give it a shot.
All right, just double checking. Yeah, okay, so it's just a normal attack for the pistol.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because you're not in range yet. Okay.
Rigged.
You fire your pistol, but you realize that for some inexplicable reason, the engineers installed a giant robot-sized safety on it, and you forgot to turn it off.
All right.
When I successfully invaded that commander, they also do take a little bit of heat damage.
Oh, okay. How much?
From their systems overheating. They take 1.
Nice. All right, I'm going to switch to my melee attack, which now has +1 accuracy bonus.
Nice.
All right, 11, and that's a 1d6. So 5 damage.
Okay. So let's see, just check here. Their evasion is 11. You hit that, so they take how much? 5 damage?
Yep.
All right, describe how you destroy this thing.
All right, well, I'm rocketing in towards it, and I'm ready to unload my pistol on the way across as my mech blazes forwards. Hear a couple empty clicks, and realize that's not going to work out, so pull out the old energy lamp and stab it. Oh, we're going to say right in the chest. And plow it into the ground with that.
All right. It slumps to the ground, defeated. The pilot is definitely dead.
That's 2.